guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I hope you're all doing great. Tonight's video is a little bit different because I wanted to flip the script. I feature products that I love and I've tested, and I want to share all of the positive with you guys. But a lot of the time I do, not a lot of the time, but some of the time I do come across a product or two that I'm quite disappointed by, or that I don't like at all. And that being said, I do receive quite a few things, and then I still do purchase my own products as well. These are things that I've just been dying to try, and I probably haven't worked with the brand before. Some are just holy grails and I've used them for years, and I just wanted to try a variation of that thing that I've used for years. And even though I've bought them, I've actually been like, wow, this was actually a waste of money, either because I didn't need it or it was the wrong, I thought I needed it at that time, and then I've never reached for it again since purchasing it. So I've put together 5 products to share with you. You may have seen 1 or 2 featured in a video, I'm not too sure. It's very rare that I keep something that I actually don't like. So if I do have something that I don't like, it probably goes to family, friends, or it goes straight into the giveaway box. And not that I don't like it because it's a shit product, but it's probably because it's the wrong formulation for my skin type. It's the wrong texture for me. My skin type doesn't gel with the ingredients. It's hardly ever something like, wow, this product is genuinely a rubbish product. It's more so that it's probably not okay for me, but it would work on somebody else. So what's funny is that of the 5 products I have with me, 3 of them are foundations. I do try a lot of foundations, and that's the one beauty product I purchased a lot myself, is foundation. There's always one that I'm always wanting to try, and I feel like I haven't tried all of them that are out there, but I've definitely tested out my fair share, and I have come across a few that I'm just like, no, just a no. So the first one that really hurts my heart, it hurts my soul, but I've kept it because it is so expensive. I'm like, I'll eat it one day, like I'll use it one day, I'll use it one day, is the Tom Ford Traceless Perfecting Foundation. So I bought this in I want to say last year. I think I bought it last year sometime. I bought it when I was in Johannesburg. I went to Sandton City and I was just browsing and stuff, and I popped into Edgar's, I think it's at Edgar's, or was it Edgar's at that time? I was sort of coerced into buying this from the sales assistant. I had initially gone to the Tom Ford counter to browse, and then I was like, okay, to myself, okay, I can get this foundation, and then I bought it. Now when he shade matched me, he matched me to the wrong shade. Luckily enough, when I came to Cape Town, I went to the Tom Ford boutique and they allowed me to swap it out for my correct shade. At the time that I bought this foundation, my skin was perfect. I had not one blemish. There was a time where my skin was popping, it was glowing, it was flourishing, and I think that was last year sometime. I literally had not one pimple. I hadn't been breaking out in a while. It was my longest streak of not breaking out, and I had cleared my dark spots. So I was like, this is life. I do not need a full coverage foundation anymore. I'm finally gonna try out a barely there, just like skin, natural finish foundation. And that's why I picked up Tom Ford Traceless Perfecting Foundation. What bugs me with this foundation is not that it is lightweight or a natural coverage. What bugs me with the foundation is that the texture is weird. So it comes out in this like pump mechanism. It really struggles to blend into the skin and really settle into the skin like nicely. I find it very patchy and just quite uneven and difficult to blend out. I don't know if it's because I used the wrong tool. I think this is a foundation that definitely requires a beauty blender, but I don't really use beauty blenders to apply my foundation. I only use that for concealer or highlighting, and more so I don't really use a beauty blender. I use the Real Techniques complexion sponge. This foundation left me extremely disappointed because, one, it was so expensive. It was like, at the time it was like 1.2, and they were trying to tell me, no, like, you should get the stick foundation, but I didn't get the stick foundation because They were the same price, but this was 30 fluid ounces. I mean 1 fluid ounce, which is 30 mils, which is the standard size for a foundation, and the foundation stick was 15. It was half of this. So at the time I just didn't feel like it would make economic sense to get the stick foundation, which is why I stuck to the Traceless Perfecting Foundation. As the day goes on and I would have patchiness around my mouth area, because that's obviously where I'm talking a lot and my movements are happening on my face, and then definitely around my jawline as well, because that's where like I'm touching a lot and I'm sweeping hair away and whatever the case might be. A lot of these things products that I have here, I'm just waiting for the right time to try them again and try and love them again, because I do believe that we always go through phases where at one specific time something doesn't suit us and our lifestyle at that point, and then as years pass on, you come across it again and you're like, wow, this is amazing, why didn't I like this before? And you know, it will suit you in a specific time and what you're going through at a specific period. I know that sounds deep, and it's deeper than it should be, but I think you understand what I'm trying to say. A foundation that I also purchased again, that I really was just like, wow, was the Black Up Mattifying Fluid Foundation, which is this one over here. So a lot of us know Black Up to be, they put themselves with this brand that's like amazing for dark-skinned women. It's a Parisian brand, however, but it's a brand that is like, it's meant to be for black women, from the shade ranges and to the vibrant eyeshadows, the pops of color. I mean, when I walk past the Black Up counter, it's just so colorful. I want to get all of the eyeshadows, but Black Up is so expensive. It is shocking just at how pricey it is, and I never expected it to be that pricey. At the time I got this foundation, it was I think 600 rand, but I was willing to pay the money because I've heard so many, well, not that I've heard many things about Black Up actually, but I assumed it was gonna deliver. I've used this foundation a couple of times and I've tried to tell myself that it's nice. It will not last 2 hours in. It will have separated around my mouth area here, and that does not happen for me, guys. Like, I wear foundation, I can wear the same foundation from 6 a.m. until 11 p.m, 12 a.m, especially when I have these like red eye flights and I'm traveling to Johannesburg or to Durban and I'm coming back to Cape Town the same day. It cannot be that those foundations that I use, that I'm used to using for those long haul trips, does not separate on me. The only thing that happens is my T-zone gets a little bit shiny. That's it. It is so full coverage. It had me excited, you know, like I was like, oh, the beat is gonna be sick. Like, this is gonna be my going out foundation, where you'd look at me and you'd be like, whoa. And at the time as well, I was really into like very yellow foundations, so it really was giving me what I wanted. But then when I'd see myself in pictures, I would look very off. But that's probably due to the wrong shade that I chose, I'm not sure. At the time I was into that sort of undertone in the foundation as well. But apart from that, it's the formulation, I think, that has got a serious error. I don't know if anything has changed, but if you have used Black Up before, let me know what your experience has been like. I haven't seen too many reviews about this brand online. I feel like I did throw this away at a point. I don't know how it ended up back in my maybe I saw it like in the box of stuff I wanted to throw away, and I picked it up again and I was like, no, wait, I think I can make this work. That's always my mentality, is that I think I can make this work. Like, I think I can make this work, until the fourth or fifth time I'm just like, babes, just give it a rest, give it a rest. It's not for you, it's not the one. The third and last foundation that was a mistake, not because of formulation. I love this foundation. You guys saw me use it in my previous video on Monday. It's the MAC Studio Fix Flirt Foundation. Why I regret buying this foundation is because of the shade that I chose. So remember I said in my video on Monday that like I found that NC50 was a little bit too dark for me. So I went in store and I was like, I want NW43, because I've been watching YouTube videos on NW43, and I was like, this is the shade I need to get. And it completely escaped me that MAC works on undertones. I didn't keep that in mind when I tried this foundation on. Worse is that when I swatched it in store, I obviously swatched it within the lights. This is another error with the Tom Ford foundation, is that which is stuff that I don't do. I don't know why. I think it happens when I impulse buy, is that I haven't properly thought about properly testing out the foundation. I obviously mixed together NC15, NC45, but I was like, NW43, let me try it. I wear this foundation, I go out with it. Did I not become the most horrible red shade? And there's nothing I could say, because this was a recent purchase. This was like maybe beginning of this year, end of last year. I'm not sure. I should have known better. There's no excuse for it. And one thing I also forgot to factor in the MAC store was that the MAC foundations oxidize. So obviously in store, when all the lights are on and I swatched it on my jawline, I was like, ooh, this is perfect. I obviously just took it off immediately and then I purchased it. You know, don't impulse buy, guys. Don't impulse buy. So that's the mistake I made with this one. Not that it's a bad foundation. I love it. It's a bomb-ass foundation. I just made an error with the shade. So that's one purchase I regret, but there's nothing you can do about it because you can't return makeup. So that's that. Another product that I actually did a video about a few months ago, I think it was beginning of this year sometime, was the Urban Decay, the Velvetizer, which is this box, this little thing here. I believe I purchased this, but they also sent it to me as well. It's a mixing medium where you can sort of alter the consistency of the foundation that you have. So it's a powder. So let's say you have a foundation that is very fluid-like and a bit too runny and the coverage is not medium to full. You can build up the coverage and change the consistency slightly with a mixing medium, which is this like powder here. I'm sure this is a great product. I hate to say that I have not used this product ever since that video. I have not found a reason to use it. Not to say that it's a bad product. It's not in this list because it's a bad product. It's a great concept and I love the idea behind it. It could be a necessity in a kit, especially if you don't want to be out here purchasing every single foundation out there. You want to be able to just alter what you have already. So let me know what you guys think about this if you have tried it. I'm also reluctant to throw it away because I do hear that you can use it as a baking powder. And the color of it is very similar to the Laura Mercier, and it's incredibly finely milled. It is so fine that I would probably use this more as a setting powder as opposed to a mixing medium, because I do purchase so many foundations. It's rare that I would have to alter an existing one. I would normally just go out and get a new one. This is not in my collection for what it is for. So that is a purchase I regret making. The last and final thing, and this is the last thing I decided to add to my collection. It's not makeup, it is beauty, and it's a perfume. And it's one that I didn't purchase, it's one I received many years ago. This stayed on my bedroom shelf for the longest time. I don't even want to open it because it's gonna make me like have a reaction. It's this YSL Majestic Rose fragrance. This is a limited edition. Was it a limited edition? I'm not sure, but a lot of these luxury fragrance brands have their regular fragrances, and then they have these like private collections or collector's items or unisex fragrances that are priced at a higher rate than the normal fragrances. So I believe this is like 3,000 something rand. It's very pricey, and they're unisex. I tried to love this. I really tried. This gives me the worst allergies and sinus. I don't want to open the cap because once I open this cap, it's a wrap. I will start sniffing and sneezing and crying. So on the bottle, it says the accords are May Rose, Raspberry, Saffron, Oud Wood, and Guaiac Wood. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly. I'm so reluctant to let it go because this was at before I became a full-time blogger, this was one of like the first like bougie things I ever received, and I was just like, oh my gosh, like YSL, like I have this fragrance from YSL, like, but I can't stand the smell. I really can't stand the smell, guys. It's too strong. My nose is starting to twitch because it's like this bottle is near me. You'll come across someone will walk in my office and be like, oh, this smells absolutely amazing, and I'll be like, you know what, you love it this much, take it. You know what I'm saying? But for now, we will agree to disagree. Me and this fragrance will agree to disagree that it's not for me. And the range, there are a couple of fragrances in this range that has, you know, the shape and whatever, and they smell absolutely incredible. I just didn't choose this fragrance. This was pre-selected for me. It's what I got in my goodie bag, and it's what I took home. Anyway guys, that's it. I hope you enjoyed this video. Like I said, it's very rare that I come across things that I don't like, and if I don't like them, I tend to just give them away. Let me know if you've tried any of these products before, and let me know of your experiences with them. Of course, I'm not saying that my experiences will be the same for everybody else. I'm just saying that this is my personal experience with these things, and if you have tried them and you love them, let me know as well, and also let me know how you use them, because I could be doing something wrong. That's it guys, thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you next week. Bye.